What's something that offends you and you keep having to deal with it? I used to be people pleaser, and when I learned how to say no and to set boundaries, people didn't take it well. I've been called selfish and self-centered. People asking you for help, then expecting you to do whatever they needed help with in its entirety, while they go fuck off and do whatever. When other people are allowed to be mean, rude, ridiculous, unhinged, etc. But no, I've got to take the high road. In other words, my IDK if this considers offending. But people in groups taking the whole damn sidewalk. People blocking the damn elevator. Like, bro, let me get out first. My disrespectful boss screaming bloody murder at me and others when he doesn't hear what he likes. When I get blamed for stupid shit that is clearly not my fault. The man has the emotional discipline of a fucking toddler. I used to love coming to work. Now I loathe the thought of it. People expecting you to accept and be okay with all their shit but would never ever accept 1% of that from you. I really can't stand that kind of behavior. It's the most narcissistic, obnoxious fucking behavior you can imagine. Hotel workers, what is your craziest story? Some guest was in the parking lot, waving a gun around and threatening to shoot up the place, resulting in a tense standoff with cops for about an hour before they finally took him down alive. The impetus behind the whole thing? He, his buddy, and the buddy's wife had gone out that night with the intent that the wife was gonna let the gun guy fuck her up the ass. But she got cold feet at the last minute and they locked him out of the room when he got mad. So, yeah. He was so drunk and wanted to tap that ass so badly that he decided to threaten a whole hotel. Posted this before. I have a friend that owns a small motel just off a highway. I would hang out with him and chat on some late nights. One night, he got a call that one of the guests heard a loud crash in the room next door. Checked the computer and saw that the room was unoccupied. Friend and I go to check it out. We knock and there is no answer. He opens the door and there was a cat in the room. It knocked over a lamp and smashed it. It was super friendly and came right to us. We took it back to the office and looked at the room records. The prior person that was in the room abandoned the cat when he checked out 3 days earlier. He was already on the other side of the country when we called him. And he said he was not coming back for the cat. My friend took ownership of the cat and now she is the motel cat. She walks all around the property and takes care of any mice or critters. She even has her picture on the wall as one of the employees. Not sure why the maid service did not see it when the room was being cleaned. We think that the vacuum scared the cat and she hid somewhere. Still was a dick move of the old owner to leave the cat behind. High-strung cook had an argument with a type bistro attendant. It just kept escalating to a pull-apart brawl when a kitchen knife got involved. The pair crashed through the swinging door and was rolling on the carpet when the regional manager just happened to be walking in. Cops were called. I think both got fired or arrested. Cleaning rooms one summer. Entered checkout guest's bathroom and noticed rolled up towels on the floor. Pretty common. I start picking them up. Hidden underneath. Pile of human shit. I open the shower curtain as I begin to smell an overpowering stench of shit. I find at least 10 dumps in the shower. Mixed with piss. The toilet. Clean as fuck. Doesn't look like it was even used. I quit that day. I used to work at a hotel. I post on these guests often and I always intend on doing so. 3 guests come to mind. 1. Guests wiped in the towels, smeared it on the walls, and laughed at housekeeping when they came in for service. 2. Young lady, who was certainly no lady, stuck her used tampon on the bathroom wall. The blood acted as a glue and cemented itself there. It had to be pried off. 3. Guests left 3-week-old expired milk in the fridge. But they were only in-house for 3 days, so that means it was already 2.5 weeks expired when they checked in. Who lugs around rotten milk? I have others. I'll be happy to share. AMA. Lots of hotel guests were in for a conference. One night, about 10:30 p.m., a guy walks down from his room to the bellhop desk in nothing but tightly watees, a bedsheet wrapped around his body from head to toe, and blood dripping from his face. This guy sounded out of it, either from being concussed, inebriated, high on drugs, or a mix of the three. He informed security that he and his boyfriend got into a fight. So, two security officers, one a supervisor, went to the room to question the other boyfriend, while another security officer waited with the bloodied boyfriend behind the bellhop desk for an ambulance to arrive. Up at the room, security was informed that the bloodied boyfriend had been passed out drunk and had crapped in one of the beds when the other boyfriend had walked into the room with his wife and two kids, all of whom had been enjoying a night on the town. Both men were co-workers who were in for the conference. Supposedly, the family man had given the suite room key to his boyfriend with the expectations that they'd do the deed during conference hours. All the while the wife and kids explored the city during the day. Back at the bellhop desk, the security supervisor relays the discovered info to the bloodied boyfriend, which sets the guy off. He tackles the security supervisor to the ground. Blood and crap stained the hotel carpet and the supervisor's suit as he finally cuffed the bloodied boyfriend. Cops are called, and the guy gets taken away before getting inspected by medics. The moral of the story: if you want to cheat on your wife with someone else in a hotel, do your business in the smaller, uglier room, and not the large, expensive suite you share with your family. TLDR, family man catches inebriated boyfriend in crap-stained bed, kicks the boyfriend's half-naked ass, who then proceeds to get his half-naked ass kicked again by the security supervisor. What screams, "I'm a terrible parent"? Filming your child trying to mock them only because it's funny, when it's clearly uncomfortable for them, and then post the video on the internet. If their kids are older and want nothing to do with them. Getting your kid's school principal fired for showing Michelangelo's David to the class. YouTube family channel parents. Defending every action, behavior of your kid without hearing the other party's side. It's obviously natural and important to listen to your child, but you should not be disregarding the fact that your kid can make mistakes and is not perfect. Not saying sorry to your kid when you are in the wrong or made a mistake. What's the biggest red flag during an employment interview? 30 people in the lobby. Some of you will be lucky enough to be chosen. It is against our rules for employees to discuss their salaries with each other. Interviewer gives a non-answer when you ask about salary. When I mentioned a company's dismal Glassdoor evaluations, they became so enraged that they ended the interview. Well, I suppose I escaped that danger. An employee offered to walk me out of the building after my interview and took the opportunity to basically warn me, in not so many words, about what the job really entailed. He was super friendly and diplomatic, just like he was making small talk, shooting the shit with me. Then, did they mention you'd get to do X? Because if you've got your heart set on that, you might be disappointed with the reality of the role. That kind of thing. Especially when he heard I was fresh out of college and would have had to move country for the job. Basically the job ad was complete BS. And he was making sure I knew. I will be forever grateful to people like him. Not being clear about why the position opened. What TV series are you watching lately? Decided to give Buffy the Vampire Slayer a whirl. It's not too bad. Just reruns of Superstore over and over. A lot of documentaries. Curiosity is $20 per year BTW. Trying to get into Sopranos. Taking it 1 week at a time. Can't really get into a binge mindset with it for some reason. Still on the first season. Just finished Dark last night, crazy show. Resident Alien, Alan Tudyk is friggin' brilliant. Funny, creepy and so dark. Malcolm in the Middle. BBC's Ghosts. Subscribe, my brothers.